Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
We sure do. And what, pray tell, are we talking about this week, Kale?
I have so much to talk about, to say. Let's just call out the fact for those of y'all listening, I am wearing a gold sash and a crown because it is literally my 30th birthday as we speak.
Yep, she really is wearing those things. So happy birthday to you. Come on, everybody. Just kidding.
Could you imagine if they were like, and we're going to fast forward.
And fast forward. I hate that song. It's so long.
Yep. So yeah, it's my 30th birthday. And you know what I got for my 30th birthday?
What'd you get?
I got.
She got so got.
I got so got.
She got.
I thought I was going home for sweet baby Kai's first birthday. I, in fact, was going home for something else entirely. I won't go into too much detail about it, as we're going to have a couple special guests on later to go into detail. But let's just say I was very surprised.
And it was very fun.
Very fun. I was very surprised. Shout out to Sis.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that for now.
Can't wait to talk about it later.
Can't wait.
So y'all make sure to stick around for that. And then what else?
The Chicks.
Yes, so we went to see Chicks in the Office, as we mentioned, VIP meet and greet.
The live podcast show here in Austin, which is our second time to go see them, second time to do the meet and greet. And Robin, they remembered us.
They remembered us, and so did Noah.
Producer Noah.
Separately.
Yes, we went up to Noah, and he said, wait, I know y'all. And I said, Noah, do you say that to everyone? And he was like, no, I really don't. I do remember y'all. What show were y'all at?
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then we walked up to them. And they remembered us as well, which is an awesome feeling.
I like that both of them were unprompted, too. We weren't like, do you remember us?
No.
They both like, wait, as we were walking up.
Yeah.
We recognize you.
Before we even said anything.
Yeah.
So cool. And then we tell them it's my birthday. I'm wearing this super cool shirt that Robin made for me that says, in my dirty 30s era, Kaley's version. And on the back, it said 1994 Kaley's version. So we tell them it's my birthday. Woohoo. And then literally, we talk to them for a little bit. And as we're walking out of the meet and greet area, Go shorty.
Go shorty.
It's your birthday. Starts playing. I'm like,
and Fran goes, oh my gosh, it's for you.
Yeah. So that was really cool. And I have some more to add on that as well, but I'm going to hold off for just a little bit to get into it. I
will say we had great seats because we didn't know where we were going to sit other than front orchestra. So we were on the third row on the aisle, like toward the center, but on the side on the aisle. So it was just the perfect spot. Everybody was so nice. I mean, when you go to shows like that, for those of you who ever have gone to see a live podcast show, it doesn't matter if you go with a friend or if you go by yourself, you will make friends.
Yeah, we made friends with people in line for the meet and greet, people who were sitting by us. The Chicks did an amazing job. They were hilarious.
We had great signs that we had made. We made them with lovely paint markers and stickers and stencils, and they gave us some attention of the signs. Yeah, so that was cool. They were handing out $100 Abercrombie & Fitch gift cards.
Robin got one.
And I got one for attempting to answer a trivia question about a Disney movie, 2 Disney movies that were
won
nominated.
Oscars or something?
Something
nominated
like that.
For Oscars?
Nobody could get it right.
No, but Robin still got Abercrombie gift card.
Yeah.
So, heck yeah.
So that was nice. But something really cool happened, which we'll get into. Again, sorry for the 2 teases here.
But people are like, are you going to tell us anything?
We will. When we get into the other segments, because they fit better there. So any other topics you want to talk about?
Oh, there's one more thing I need to say. And I haven't even told you this. So this will be live reaction for you. I received an amazing, amazing gift for my 30th. And that would be a video from CT himself. Telling me happy birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Saying how much he appreciated me being like his biggest fan.
Can we watch it?
Yes, we can watch it.
Like right now?
No, because it's long. It's like 5 minutes long. He talks to me for 5 minutes.
And this was on Cameo?
On Cameo. And
I didn't even know he was on there.
He's on there.
I feel like I checked last year and he wasn't. No, for your birthday last year.
Yeah, he was going through it last year and he kind of talks about it in the video a little bit. But he's in a much better place now.
Wow.
Yeah, so hearing CT say my name and say happy birthday, I about fell off the couch. So shout out Sam, because what an amazing gift.
That is awesome.
I could not believe it when I looked up and he had projected it on the TV screen and it was CT saying, happy dirty 30, Kaley. And I was like, oh my God, is this real life?
Well done, Sam.
Yes.
What did I get you a cameo for? Of Tommy Smokes?
Christmas?
Was it Christmas?
It was Christmas. Yeah, of Tommy Smokes. So yeah, I had no idea. It was the best surprise.
That's
and
amazing.
Just hearing CT say my name was enough. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, so we'll watch it.
Okay.
Okay, that was all I had. And we'll get into the other things we talked about.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, so you want to move into the first segment?
Yeah, it just feels weird that we're not talking about more stuff, but we will.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it with the and then. Okay, Kaley, I feel like we've been making them wait long enough.
Let's give them at least one of them.
Okay.
Okay, so for my and then, it's Kim Possible.
Mm-hmm.
Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me, if you want to leave me, it's okay. Yes.
Kim Possible.
Yes. Iconic in my childhood.
Yeah.
I watched that show constantly. The Naked Mole, Rufus the Naked Mole Rat, Ron, Wade on the freaking FaceTime, the old school FaceTime device. Now let me tell you why this is my and then, people. Because at the Chicks in the Office show, they brought out 2 special guests.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was Christy Carlson Romano, who is the voice of Kim Possible. And she's also Ren Stevens, the sister from Even Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
She's also in Cadet Kelly. She's in all the Disney stuff, right?
Yeah.
She's in Phil Future. Anyway. And they bring out Annalise Vanderpool, who's Chelsea from That's So Raven. Those are their special guests. Now, Robin wasn't as excited about the special guests as I was.
I would say I watched That's So Raven pretty consistently. I wasn't like a big fan, but if it was on, I was watching it.
Yeah.
Kim Possible a little less, but again, if it was on, I was watching it.
Right.
But it wasn't like a defining show for me for my childhood. It was a little after my time, but close enough to where I didn't feel like I was watching a
weird
kid
if
show.
you put it on.
Right.
Yeah. No, it was like prime time for me.
Yeah.
Right. So I was pumped for these guests. They come out. Christy Carlson Romano, she actually lives in Austin. So she comes out and she's like, they're feeling the energy, they're dancing. And Christy says, oh my God, I'm feeling the energy from Austin. I love it here. I just really want to spank someone right now.
Oh, yeah.
I want to spank someone. Bring someone up here and let me spank them.
So me and the girl that was on the other side of you freak out. I jump out. I'm in the aisle seat. I'm wearing this pink get up and I'm just like, pointing at Kaley, screaming. And Fran, one of the hosts, is kind of scanning and she locks in on Kaley.
And she like remembered that from the meet and greet, we had said that it was my 30th birthday. And she goes, well, we got a 30th birthday girl in the house. Let's bring her on up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could not believe it. I was like, guys, I'm literally about to walk up on stage and get spanked by Kim Possible.
So she throws her phone. Kaley had her phone in her hand. She throws it on the ground. Not like bad. I had bought a sweatshirt, so it's soft landing.
I was trying to get rid of it because I don't want to take it up on stage with me.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to film this. My phone was all the way in my purse. So I just grab Kaley's phone. I swipe it open, swipe it to video, or so I thought. And I filmed the whole thing in slow-mo.
Y'all, so I get up there and she hugs me. And I'm just, I blacked out. I remember everything, but I blacked out the crowd. Like, I have no idea what was going on around me.
It's so cute. The video's so wholesome.
Yeah, she hugs me and she's like, you're turning 30? I was like, yes, I'm literally 30. And she was like, I'm turning 40. And I was like, congratulations. I was like, what do you say? And then she gave me a huge hug. And then she literally put her hand on my back and bent me over.
And Kaley's booty popping,
and they were playing music. And I was like, okay, why can't you just like stand here and get spanked? That's so awkward.
Yeah,
so I was like, let me twerk a little bit.
It was the right move.
Let me get a little booty shake going.
Yeah.
And
she goes, how many? And everybody's like, 30.
Yeah, Rhea is like, give her 30 for her 30th birthday. And I was like, am I going to be up here for that long, getting that many spankings? And so
the crowd was going wild. I will say.
She bends me over and literally is smacking my ass while I'm shaking in front of 1,000 people in the crowd right now.
May have been more. We need to look up the capacity.
Yeah, we're guessing
the Paramount.
Around there.
If y'all know the Paramount in Austin, full,
and I'm getting bent over on stage.
Yep.
And Kim Possible is spanking my ass. I got spanked by Kim Possible.
That's the title.
That's it. And also it's like, how do I ever top this in my life? I mean, this is my peak.
Could not have asked for anything better. It was so amazing. Like, and she spanked you 3 times, but they were epic spanks and it was one for each decade. It felt appropriate.
It felt appropriate. And what's so funny is I didn't realize this because again, so blacked out in the moment.
Yeah.
When I watched the video back, Rhea's up there doing it with her. Like she's like spanking in the air with her. And it was so funny.
And Fran was cracking up. Like Fran was super into it too. Everybody was. The energy, the vibes were spot on. Chef's kiss. Like
I could not believe it.
It was incredible. And then we went back to watch the video and we adjusted it because you can't get rid of the slow-mo.
Robin literally...
But you can adjust where it is. So it's just during that first epic smack of the ass.
It's slow-mo and the rest is regular.
It's so good. We'll post it on our Instagram
Maybe
reels.
while we're talking about this, you can give them the little slow-mo
little
clip
preview.
in the middle of us because, oh my gosh.
It was, I mean, who can say that they've been spanked by Kim Possible
I
on
said
their
there's
30th
only
birthday?
one other person, and it's probably her husband that can say that they've ever been spanked by Kim Possible. So...
we come to find out it's like her thing.
Yeah. Like, oh, she's into spanking. Okay.
all the podcasts she goes on, she spanks somebody.
I could not. I still am in shock that this happened to me.
Oh,
we,
it was so
we left
good.
the show and we had to FaceTime all of my friends and tell them.
Yep.
Like,
and my friends.
And Robin's friends. Just, I'm like, guys, I have to tell you the story. You will never believe what is about to come out of my mouth.
It was so epic.
I got spanked by Kim Possible.
And we didn't get called on stage for trivia, and we were bummed about that. We didn't win the signs, even though they called us out. But it was, we set our expectations low. Like, the chances of that happening,
there's
either
a lot of
one,
people, yeah,
ton of people, but you got the best moment at that show.
Could not believe it.
Yeah.
And then they posted it on their Twitter, and I was like, oh my God, that's literally me getting spanked.
Yep.
For everyone to see.
So good. Like,
so good.
That will live rent free in my head. I don't even need the video. I've got it up here.
I will never forget this for the rest of my life. I cannot believe. Still in shock. So I got spanked by Kim Possible.
Yes, you did.
It's the moral of my end then.
Yep.
Okay.
How do I follow that?
You can't.
You save mine.
Okay, let's save yours because
I can't follow that.
That's plenty.
Okay.
It's plenty for them out there. Okay, should we move into the now?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, before we get into our shows.
Yes.
I got a quick thing that I saw that I was like, I must mention this.
Yes.
Because it was actually one of my and thens a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Freaky Friday sequel confirmed.
Yes.
By Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
Exciting. Let me just say, I'm very excited that they decided to do a sequel to it with the same people and not like a reboot weirdo thing.
Yeah.
That they do with everything else.
Yep.
But I believe it because it was confirmed by the main stars.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for it because I feel like it's got to be good.
It's got to be good. I mean, Lindsay's definitely been through it, and she's kind of like a little dead behind the eyes, but that's okay.
Oh my God, Robin. I'm like the crypt keeper.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of little
But
nuggets.
also, I'm like, who's going to switch with who? Are they going to switch again? Like, what's the sitch?
Yeah. They've got to do a different switcheroo.
Yeah.
Like with the
brother.
Jumanji, the second Jumanji.
Yeah.
Where they go back in the game, but they're all like indifferent.
Yeah, completely different vibe.
Yeah.
I hope it's the same vibe, though.
Yeah.
I want the same vibe.
Okay. We'll see. Did they say when it's going to come out? Like 2026 or something?
I didn't see any dates. I just saw that it was confirmed from them, and I was pumped. So I wanted to mention it.
I wonder how Lindsay felt about the Mean Girls movie, the musical. It was good.
Was it?
Did I talk about it?
Nope.
Oh, it was really good.
I never watched it because I
took Sawyer. It was great.
It's
a little more inappropriate than the actual movie. Lots of sexy talk. A whole song about sexy this, sexy that on Halloween.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so.
That's great.
Warning. But no, they did a really good job. And Renee Rapp's incredible. So.
Well, she's a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into these shows.
All right. Starting with Love is Blind.
Robin caught up, so we can talk about it now.
Yes,
so we've got 3 episodes.
Yep.
Including the weddings. So let's start from, what are we on?
We left off, they were going to the barbecue.
Yes, they were all getting together.
Yeah. And we'll go through these a little quick because now everybody's seen the wedding. But Jeremy is a con artist.
Yep. And his mama called him out. That was my first note was Jeremy's mom telling him how dumb he was and how he screwed up. Tell him, mama. That was my first note.
Yep. So Laura was still taking none of his shit after that whole thing happened. And she walked out and said, I went out. She wanted nothing to do with him at this barbecue. And who shows up? Sarah Ann.
And oh my God.
AD reading her was the best.
I'm like, AD, tell her.
Yep.
I wrote down in all caps, ain't shit to say at 5:30 in the morning.
Nope.
That's what AD said to her. And I was like, tell her.
Yep. And Jeremy said it. He's like, I think I made the wrong decision in the pods. He's saying this to Sarah Ann. Yep. At that point, he realized he was screwed, so he might as well just take what he can get. And then they ran off and hopped on some jet skis.
Just to stick it to her one more time.
I mean, the immaturity level, I was just like, really, with the jet skis?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I will say that Laura, she was feisty. She had a right to be feisty. Don't get me wrong. She had a right to be feisty.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be that feisty.
No, not on TV.
You know, yeah. I'm just not like that.
Yeah.
But she had a right to be pissed. So I give her that. But then, him jumped on the jet skis. I was like, oh, Lord.
rolling my eyes. That's some high school behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down it sucks that Trevor is a garbage human in real life.
Oh no, Robin
has a girlfriend.
All the rumors out there.
Yeah.
I need the reunion in my life because I need the record set straight on all this stuff because a lot of stuff is hanging out there about all of them, and I'm like, I need the real.
Yeah.
You know?
Apparently he had some serious girlfriend. There's texts that she released because obviously something happened with them and she was not happy about it.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like going to break up with her for the show. And so whatever. Him and Chelsea had a moment. Don't care. Jimmy and Jess, by the way, that is another story. Why is their sexual tension palpable?
Why did he literally say in present tense, you're still my number one? Like, I'm like, dude, was that a Freudian slip?
No, it was not.
Yeah.
Jess was baiting him. She was like, you never really told me how you feel. But I could feel their sexual chemistry through the television, which I cannot explain. It baffles me and science. Oh. Neil deGrasse Tyson is writing an article about it right now, a research paper. Like, how? How do these two people, how does Jimmy have sexual tension with anybody?
They definitely had some tension.
I know.
And I don't feel it with him and Chelsea. That's for dang sure.
Nope. Nope.
So, yeah.
I will say, speaking of that, because I don't think we touched on it, I think it was episode 10, where we find out who's Chelsea yelling that about.
Oh, about the friend.
They tricked us.
Oh, well, yeah.
This whole time, they made us think that she was yelling that at him and that it was about Jess.
Producers, baby.
Yeah. All it was that he had slept with his friend that he's best friends with, but he's only known her for 2 years. He didn't want it on camera for her reputation. That whole thing's shady.
I don't know. The whole thing is weird because, like, I see his side on, like, if I told you something and I would like you not to say it on camera, like, respect that.
Yeah.
But then also, like you said, it's a flipping weird, shady situation of you've only known her for a little while, y'all banged or had a relationship, and now you're still best friends with her. I really don't have an issue with being friends with someone that maybe you had a prior fling with. The issue is if you're calling and texting her all day, like Chelsea's saying, like, that's weird.
If you're FaceTiming, calling, texting this person who you've only known for 2 years, you've had sexual relations with, and you're engaged to another woman, and it's a brand new relationship that you're in, that you're engaged, like, none of that's okay.
No, it's weird.
There's different circumstances here and there where some type of behavior like that is perfectly fine and on the up and up.
Right.
That there was nothing on the up and up about that. And then whenever he went out and she was like, I don't ever want to be with someone who wants to go out. Like, ever? But he was like, did Mackenzie tell you that? Why was he so obsessed with where she heard it if it wasn't true? And also, to just be like, you can never go out. I don't want to be with someone who likes to go out.
He's like, I literally went and had one beer for my friend's birthday.
Yeah. She was showing some very troubled behavior.
And also she's acting
I don't
want
to say psycho, but she was acting psycho on his ass.
Oh, no, she was. And she's doing all this while she's drunk. She's drunk and she's getting mad at him for going and having one beer for his friend's birthday.
Yeah.
What?
But you were there with girls. And he's like, who told you that?
So weird.
And then just like they always do, the next time that we see them together, everything's hunky-dory.
Well, that's what I have it written down. Jimmy is done, then he's just not. I don't understand. And then I wrote, maybe she banged him real nice and he forgot the craziness, LOL.
Maybe.
That's what I wrote down.
Maybe.
Because I'm like, how else do you just forget the craziness? Like,
and they talk about how they've worked through so much and how they have really good communication. So I'm sure that they're not showing us all of them, like, working through it. But this early on, you should not need to have to work through all of this stuff.
Yep, I agree.
I'm glad they're...
Yeah. And then on episode 11, too, I wrote down, I just see it, even though we just talked about Trevor and his predicament, if it's all true, because, again, nothing has been, like, confirmed. That's why I need the reunion in my life.
That's fair.
I said, I just see it so much more with Trevor and Chelsea.
Oh, 100%.
Like, just so much
I think that's
more.
why I wrote, it sucks that he's a garbage human, because they are so cute together.
And, like, when, back to Sarah Ann, my next note says, if he steps out, that's on him. I'm like, yes, it is on him, but have a little respect for his relationship.
And
He's
respect
engaged.
for yourself.
Well, yeah.
And it's on TV.
Come on, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Weddings?
Yeah, let's go to the weddings.
Okay, so we start the episode with Jimmy and Chelsea sitting down. And mind you, he's met her family. I thought they got along, or she's met his family. They looked so cute, like all eating together. I was like, oh my God, she fits in so well with his family. And he's like having a serious talk with her over dinner and how, he just loves her to death and just
How many times
really,
does he say I love you to death,
yeah.
though? It's like, again, I'm not buying what he's selling.
Yeah.
He says it to says it.
Overselling
it.
He says it to
He says it to says it.
Maybe that's the episode title.
He says it to say it,
And he's like, I, can see us together. I want us to work. Goes on, and then takes a breath and says, but I don't want to go to the altar.
Well, no, he first makes her answer, are you ready to give me an answer? And she's like, yes, I do see us getting married. And then it goes back.
He lets her get all sappy with it.
Well, he gets sappy. Then he asks her. And then it goes back. And then it goes back to him. And he's like, oh, well, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the heck?
That was really, really cold.
Yeah,
he set her up so bad, like giving her all the lovey-dovey, making her say it first, and then just completely breaks her heart, gaslights the shit out of her, blames everything on that night that she got mad at him. It's just like, okay.
Well, I feel like they just have issues.
No,
like,
yeah.
I don't think they should be together, so I do not blame him for that, but he shouldn't have done it in that way.
Yeah.
That's what irked me. But
and he shouldn't have put all the blame on her, that it was because she...
No, they just don't work.
Yeah,
like, it's not all on her. They just don't work.
No, I felt really bad for her in that moment. I'm not going to lie.
No, me too. Me too, because, again, he made her say it, and then he freaking... went back and said the complete opposite of what he was talking about. So,
but it's probably for the best.
Definitely for the best.
Yeah.
Then it pops over to, I think, the bachelor and bachelorette parties. And I wrote down, Amy's telling AD that her and Johnny are not getting it on, right? She's like, we're doing stuff, but we're not having sex. It cuts to AD, who I think was feeling pretty good from her bachelorette party. Good for her, but she effing that man.
Yeah.
I died. I was like, AD,
oh my God,
hilarious.
So funny.
Yeah. So then, I'm like going into these two weddings. I feel really confident about Johnny and Amy. I didn't though. I didn't personally on AD and Clay. I knew she was going to say yes, but like for him, again, him just like constantly bringing up, like, I want to be better. Like, I want to get to that point. Like, I don't want to be a cheater. Like, I just had doubt.
The only doubt I had was after he talked to his dad and then he said something to the camera. But for the most part, he was making it sound like to anyone he spoke to on camera that like he had grown so much, which I'll talk about later because I loved what AD said about that. He had grown so much and changed as a man because of her. And her mom came in. Oh my, I cried so much. Her mom came in and she said, guess who I met? And she had hung out with Clay's mom. And she said, that's who I envisioned for your, mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah, I cried at all the family stuff.
All the family stuff was so sweet. They were all so dialed in. And then we got to Johnny and Amy's, which is even more so.
Oh, I cried like a baby at the dad. I can't even handle that stuff.
It was a lot. But they were so cute and so sweet. And I just wanted it so badly to be true. I will say Love is Blind has really stepped up their wedding venue game.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Like all of the decor and everything,
very,
and
very
the
pretty.
Hanging from the ceilings and that big setting where they're sitting on the couch and the butterflies. Remember, it used to be just like a white ass room with like some curtains and some uplighting?
Yep.
The one thing that was like a red flag for me was the pastor said, looks, age, finances, all the superficial things of the world were not a factor to you. And Clay goes, I didn't say all that. I actually thought that was really funny. AD laughed.
Yeah. I went in and I was like, here's why I didn't think it was going to work, Robin, is because you're saying like when he talked to everyone, he was like, I've grown. Totally. But if I look at Johnny's energy versus Clay's energy on their wedding day, completely different ballgame. Johnny just like could not stop smiling, could not like get enough of the moment.
That's
true. And Clay, I was picking up on the demeanor, and I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right.
He did say, like, how set are we on this wedding date? And AD reminded him, like, this is what we agreed upon in the pods. Like, this is why we did this.
Hello, welcome to the show.
Like, dude. You can lean on me now. There'll be times where I can lean on you. I thought she handled that really well.
Well, she's very level-headed.
But now I'm thinking, like, if a man is telling you that he's not ready, listen to him.
He said it multiple times, too.
He did.
So I wasn't feeling great. I wanted it to work out for her because... Again, I was impressed with the way she carried herself throughout this whole show. Yeah. But
so he said that saying yes and getting married isn't the responsible thing for him to do. It wouldn't be responsible for him to say I do. His face, the faces of his family and her family in the crowd, especially all the women, just like, you mother effer.
He was focused on like the finances.
Yeah,
that was really weird.
That was some bullshit.
I'm like, you're just throwing out excuses to try to not look like a douche right now.
Yeah, I mean, he really screwed up. He's going to regret that.
Oh, 100%.
And everybody's disappointment. Like he even said sweet things to her, like as his vows.
No, I need to understand why he thought, I'm going to say no up here, embarrass you in front of all of our friends and family, and you're just going to keep dating me.
Yeah.
Like, what in his brain is like, oh, no, we're going to be good after this. Me and AD are going to rock it. We're going to be good. What?
I know.
Why did you just assume that everything would be fine? First off, have you ever watched the show One? That never happens.
Yeah.
You don't say no
and then you
go
get to
date
keep
and
dating.
be happy. That's not.
Yeah.
Also, you're not ready. Why'd you sign up for this dang show?
Why'd you let it get to that point too? Like everybody else except for him and Johnny had, in their own way, the relationship had ended usually because of the men, which is fine. Like that's better than leading her on all the way up to the altar, saying all these sweet things. She says, I do. It's your turn to say I do. And you say no. And then afterward, of course, she's crying and he's talking to her and he's trying to kiss on her.
Trying to kiss her. And
he doesn't want to
read
leave.
The room.
He keeps like coming back and saying, I don't want to leave you. And he said, it almost feels like I rejected you. And she's like, yeah, it kind of does. You did.
Yeah, you did. And also read the room. She doesn't want to kiss you. Stop planting them on her.
Yeah, he said that he felt like he messed up or something like that.
Yeah.
To the camera.
Bad. Okay, let's talk about the happy couple.
Yes, they're so cute.
They are the cutest. I love how much their families love each other.
Even like in the getting ready together stuff, all the stuff before
the sisters and like it was just the cutest thing. And like when they got at the reception and the brothers like had their arms around each other and like Amy's brother didn't have a drink, so he just had his hand up. And Johnny's brother had his like drink up. I was like, that is so cute. Like
they were very sweet.
My heart.
Especially because she was so concerned about her dad's blessing. And he kept saying, I had reserves, but I've changed my mind.
When he gave the blessing and kissed her hand, we didn't even talk about that in the earlier episode. And he was like, I give you my blessing, or I bless you. And he kissed her hand. I was like, I'm a puddle.
Yeah.
I'm a puddle.
Her dad is just so sweet. I mean, both of her parents, but, father, daughter. And he just gave a beautiful speech before the wedding. Johnny's sister was back there too. And he's like, I have another daughter.
So cute.
So cute. I was sobbing.
Yeah, so I feel good about them. I think they're going to make it.
Yeah. The painting. They had someone doing a live painting of them up there on the altar.
Very beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Just everything about it was perfect. Them talking about each other. Ugh. Yeah, it was so good. Sweet. Her brother walking her down the aisle with her dad.
So cute. And now I need the reunion because I need to, first off, make sure that they're still together, but I feel confident they are. Yeah. And then I need
they're probably pregnant.
I need the tea, LOL. I need the tea on everything else. All the rumors that are out there. Yep. Like, I need it all. So can't wait for next week on the reunion. And of course, we'll do a recap for y'all. But this season, I got to say, even though only okay. Finale. Let's talk about it.
It was so good.
Yes, it was.
I really had the feeling from the get-go that the Faithfuls were going to win. Which I've never felt that way. So they always, make it seem one kind of way, but they were on to Kate.
Yep.
She did some really good last-ditch efforts, though.
Except for when she gave up and threw the let's end the game.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Well, I think so. I was wondering, it's either she's dumb and didn't realize there had to be a traitor because Sheree got murdered, or she was giving up.
Yeah.
It was one or the other. But I was like, well, that's obvious that now you're the traitor. But I don't know if she did it, again, because she just didn't realize it, or because she was like, I give up, like, I don't feel right winning, because she kind of said that at the reunion.
I don't know. I kind of thought that she thought that they were also going to be done and like throw in the green and say like we're good.
But Robin, there had to be a traitor because Sheree got murdered.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I just don't think it even occurred to her.
Okay, you think it was that? You don't think it was because at the reunion she was like, I just didn't even feel right winning when I came in halfway through the game and got made into a traitor later.
Maybe.
Like, so I don't know which one it was, but I was like, well, that was obvious. Yeah. You gave that away.
No, I meant like when she was talking to CT in the car, and then she was sowing doubts with Sandra and CT, like pitting them against each other.
Oh no, those were good moves.
Yeah,
until. Yeah. Whatever happened.
Yeah.
She tried. She was causing some chaos. That's for sure.
So they go to their first banishment and they vote out poor Sandra.
I just can't I wrote this down. Kate is giving faithful energy. I was like, MJ, hush it. She has not gotten one vote right. I went back and looked, Robin. She has not gotten one vote correct.
She is not the sharpest.
Like, you need to stop. Like,
I know, but man, well, that's just indicative of like her face. When CT and Trishelle were going back and forth and
she's going like this.
She was just like, as she it slowly starts to dawn on her what's about to happen.
Yes.
That face that she made, you can just apply that to the whole season.
Yes.
Bless
literally.
her.
I was like,
she kept saying it was giving something energy. Like everything was giving something energy. I'm like, you're 52. She's 52.
I didn't know that.
She's in her 50s.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah, she looks great for that. She looks great for 52.
Yeah, she didn't add much to the show, but except for like we needed her in this moment because no one else would have gotten played like that. We needed her in the moment of no one picking her for the torch and her being like,
yeah, I can't with how wrong she has been all season long. It was only right that she would be wrong at the end too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I wrote down that I love CT, which I say every episode, but he held the helicopter door open, let all the ladies get in, got in last. They would not have gotten any money on that mission if it wasn't for him.
And they always make it seem like I love the final mission. It's always my favorite.
Because they slow down that clock by
2, and CT's like a mile away. No, I thought that was great. I just
those ladies wouldn't have been able to do anything. They wouldn't have even been able to raise the sail.
No, not even if they all got on it.
That's what I'm saying. Like they would have zero money from that mission if it wasn't for him.
Yep. So they got the extra $50K, which they needed, man. They had given up a lot of money. So it was $208K going into the final.
Yep.
They got rid of Sandra, womp womp. Then it's the 4 of them. They get rid of Kate.
Yep.
Then they go to vote again.
And this is where I was shocked. I wasn't shocked on really anything until this point.
This is what Nate said, and I thought he was right at the time, which it ended up. Anyway, he was like, I bet they talked about it behind the scenes, CT and Trishelle, and they said, no matter what, it's going to be us. So it doesn't matter who it's down to.
Oh, 100%.
We're going to vote to banish again, and we're going to get rid of that person.
I think so,
But the first round that was a stalemate, it went CT voted for MJ voted for Trishelle, and then Trishelle voted for CT. And the look on his face of pure hurt,
I
believed it.
Oh, I don't think
they,
it was set up. I don't think it was a producer thing. I know Trishelle from watching her on the challenge. Like that is so her to do something like that last minute, like second guess herself and kind of spaz. Like that's her energy.
Because he switched up on her. They were supposed to vote out Kate, and he went Sandra with the group. So she was like, that's very traitorish right there.
Yep.
But then after he was like, I thought we were going to like take this home together.
When he said like, I would only share this pot with one person, and then she flipping votes for him, I gasped out loud. Like
I was so sad for him.
I could not believe it.
So hurt. And that's when they started going back and forth because they needed to vote again. And MJ's just like watching it happen in slow-mo. And then she was gone.
Yeah. And then Trishelle got her shit together and said, okay, I'm going to trust CT. Now, I will say this. How amazing would it have been if CT was a traitor and he got her ass?
Yeah.
But he never was. He was just loyal to her.
No, it was great.
It was amazing.
And they said what they were. And she's like, I'm faithful, of course.
I know. But also, Robin, it's like, we'll get to this when we start talking about like the reunion, but MJ was so pissed.
Yeah.
But CT and Trishelle only trusted each other. Why would you even risk it that MJ could be a traitor and you don't get any money? No. Why would you even risk it? Like,
because she could have played that very well if she was a traitor.
So she can be salty. I got a lot of notes on that.
Yeah.
About just like these people, it's a flipping game.
It's a game. We've said it before. We'll say it again. It's a game.
A game. Get over yourself. And like they made a good point at the reunion when they were like, I think there's a difference between what they call them, the gamers. So people that have been on these competition shows who understand to not take things personally all the time. And then like the Bravo people who take everything so dang personally.
They hit the nail on the head. And that's why we are so entertained by Bravo. And that's why we're so entertained by the games, like the challenge and things like that, because they are so ruthless and they don't take it personally. It could be their best friend that they've been friends with for 20 years, but it's a game.
Like you don't think that if Johnny Bananas and CT, one of them was like a traitor at the end, that they wouldn't just take the money? Absolutely. Hello.
At one point, one of them, somebody goes, oh yeah, and your best friend was over there, and they're like, best friend.
Yeah, Johnny goes, I haven't trusted that man in 20 years. But also, they're not wrong because they do hang out. Yeah. So it's like,
it's like a fake rivalry.
Yeah.
It's cute.
And I, to that point, because Johnny was being pretty salty, and I'm like, you're just salty you got voted out, but like, you can't blame Dan for wanting to vote out the most winningest reality competition guy out there. He is the most winningest. Yeah. And he's the Tom Brady.
The most winningest.
He is. He's the Tom Brady.
I also think that he knows good TV, and he was being a little extra salty for the cameras, whereas MJ, I just wanted to be like, shh. And I liked it when John chimed in, and John was like, you're like, this is wrong how you're acting right now. Like she's confused why you're acting so hurt right now. He was just chiming in every
I
now and
know.
again to be our little narrator.
I was like, you get it, my guy. Yeah, no, I was annoyed with MJ the whole reunion. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't listen to you any longer.
Yeah.
Like, get over yourself. But I was very excited that CT and Trishelle won.
And it was so cute. So he goes, faithful, 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 baby, let's go. And he's doing this little happy dance where he's like doing each of his feet, like, and oh my God, he goes and Trishelle says, faithful, of course. He picks her up, spins her around,
lays her down on the gold.
and then he picks her up, and then he does a back belly flop onto this pile of gold. I'm like, dude, you are old. Like, you are going to break your back. But he was fine.
I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it.
I mean, if you think about it, them getting MJ out, that's a significant chunk of change when you go from 208 divided by 2 or divided by 3.
Exactly.
A huge
And
chunk
again,
of change.
it is not worth it to risk the small chance
she could take
it all. Why would you risk it?
No.
Like, I 100% agree with that decision of what they did. I was so happy they won. I loved how he was kissing Alan. That was cracking
Oh my God,
up.
that was
He just kept kissing Alan on the
funny.
cheek, and
he
it was the cutest
so
thing.
happy. Like, he looked like just a kid who had like won a little candy jar. Like, he was just like, ooh.
And Robin, in the cameo that he sent me, he was talking about how like last year was really hard on him and he was going through some stuff. But like this year, he's just feeling like so much better. And he kind of like hinted without saying that he hinted at traitors helping him with
because
that.
obviously it just came out yesterday, so he couldn't say anything about it if Sam got it made like last week.
No, he didn't say anything about traitors. He didn't say anything, but he kind of hinted at the fact.
And
of
he's
like,
gotten a lot of love from being on the challenge, and
he's also gotten a lot of hate because he used to be. We've talked about it. He's
yeah.
pretty rough around the edges, but he's been so amazing.
I just mean lately.
Yeah,
like from this show. Yeah.
So I was very happy that happened. I was annoyed at everyone taking it personally at the reunion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm, I love my girl Phaedra, but I was annoyed with her too because she was taking it all personally from Dan and Parvati.
And they kept being like, "Are you sure? Like, are you really?" And she's
Dan's
like,
I don't know if I'm.
No, you're an ass.
If like after this, if you're gonna be like actually mad at me, like I hope that's not the case. She's like, yeah, I am. I'm like, Phaedra, get over yourself. You're just salty. Again, these people get salty because they didn't win, and then they're assholes.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, they look way worse than the actual assholes.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. If I was MJ, that would freaking suck.
Yeah.
To be voted out at the end like that. But you have to understand it's a game.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I saw officially, or Alan said it at the end of the reunion, Traitor Season 3, official. I haven't seen any details on dates or cast or anything, but I am freaking pumped because this season was amazing.
Yes, and if you need your fix, the UK, which I think was the original, it's on their season 2, just came out a couple weeks ago. They have 3 episodes out, and they have new episodes either every Wednesday or Thursday, and it's on Peacock. So
love it.
You best believe I already started it.
Love it. All right. Should we keep it rolling?
Yeah.
To the last segment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not our last segment. It's our fun segment.
Oh, we're going to the fun segment. That's right.
We've got
With
some
our
special guests.
All right, y'all. We're here with 2 very special guests. We've got the infamous sis that y'all have heard me talk about so many times.
Also known as Kelsey.
No.
I do have a name.
No, it's just sis.
It's sis. She hates it, but it is what it is. And then Mare's back.
I'm back.
Yay.
Not to talk about Taylor Swift.
No, actually.
I'm sure she'll find a way.
She'll pop in there. But.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. So we're here to talk about how I got for my 30th birthday.
Real God.
Yes, lots of got. So let me give you all the rundown here. So I went home to Lake Jackson thinking, like I said earlier, going to Kai's first birthday party. And of course, the best disguise way to distract me is, of course, make it about babies and a baby's birthday party. So I went to Lake Jackson thinking that's what I was doing. So that morning, Carly had texted, and my friend Carly texted, she was like, let's do brunch before the party. And sis was like, I got to bake sweeties, so can y'all pick me up?
And sweeties are
a special kind of cookie from Lake Jackson. That's delicious.
Sure.
So sis was like, I'm going to bake cookies while you go have brunch. Can y'all pick me up on the way to the party? And I asked Carly. Carly's like, sure. So I go over to Carly's, have some brunch. Then we're going to go pick up sis. Well, while we're on the way to the house, sis texts me and she's like, hey, Kelby wanted me to bring some drinks for the party. Can you come help me get the ice chest off the back porch? And I'm like, sure. So we pull up to the house.
Meanwhile.
Yeah, I get out.
Uh-huh. Meanwhile, we knew this was happening for a long time because sis messaged me on Instagram on...
I think in January.
Yeah, like January 7th that this was happening. So Mare and I knew that we were going to be driving to Lake Jackson.
The infamous
Lake Jackson. Lake Jackson.
Heard all about it.
Yep. So we left Austin at 9 a.m. And boy, was it a journey.
It was a journey.
Like, we went through different...
There were so many moments we were like, where are we? Where are we headed? What is this place?
Where are we? Just some weird moments. Like, you had music playing and we were listening to music in the car and she's looking out the window and she's like, there was a kid just dancing, jumping up and down to the exact beat of the music. Like, it was just bizarre. And then all of a sudden we enter Lake Jackson and it was like, we're in the bayou.
Yeah. It felt like we were in Louisiana.
Yeah. I just wasn't expecting that.
The swamp.
The swamp.
It was a swampy day.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really was.
Very muggy and humid.
Very
but
muggy.
I'm just so used to that.
Yeah. So we're all waiting on the back porch. Oh my gosh. Sis and your friends had done such a good job of decorating and everything. And this is the point where I almost ruined it. So they were like, she's going to come from this way up the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so afraid she was going to see us
Yeah.
that I was like, okay, let me text her. And I was like, oh my God, this episode, because I was editing the last episode, it's going to be so great, blah, blah, blah. So I get you text me. So I figured you were looking down at your phone. And then Mare says,
What about the location? Does she know where you are?
and I'm like, what about it? Because the whole thing was I was tracking you because I have your location, you have mine. And I was like, yeah, but so?
The thing is, some of the iPhones are different. So for me and my friends, I can see just on the text, it says right under their name where they are.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not the case.
Not on my phone.
No, well, it might have been there. It wasn't showing up for me, for you, because I somehow follow your email address, not your phone number. So then I went down and I scrolled to my mom, and I saw hers, Austin, Texas. I was like, oh my God. And you're 2 minutes away at this point. And I'm freaking out.
And you're actively texting her at the moment.
And
Yeah.
I said, but OMG, because I wanted to like leave you hanging so you're staring at your phone. And I was like, I can't leave her hanging. Now she's going to be staring at it even more, wondering, you're like, OMG, what?
Yeah.
And Meredith's
You
like,
were really thinking about every scenario.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, the best thing you can do is just stop texting her.
yeah. And so then I was like, someone else text her. So that's when Shelby texted you.
What did she say?
I can't remember.
I can't remember
Something.
either.
So we're all trying to distract you. And
She texted it because she got me with her saying her baby was sick and she wasn't coming to brunch.
Mm-hmm.
But her baby was never sick. She was just setting up for the dang party.
Yep. So luckily you didn't see that it said Robin, Lake Jackson.
Mine doesn't do that. I checked all my stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't do that.
Do
Do you think you would have like put it together?
No,
Or-
y'all don't understand. Like, my brain was just baby's birthday party. Like,
There was a baby in the back seat.
yes, I'm looking at Carly's daughter, Emma, in the car playing with her. Like, y'all don't understand. I was not in any kind of mindset to be thinking anything but babies.
I was freaking out. And both Meredith and I think Bailey were like, it's fine. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
you know about it now. She probably didn't notice. There's babies in the car.
No, I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So
we're all freaking out.
Yeah,
but
we
we're
did some
ready.
like last minute moving of the golf carts. Melanie was like, you can see it from the road. Move the balloons. Move the golf carts.
And the balloons kept blowing over in the wind. And we're all taking bets. Is Kaley going to cry? Duh.
whoever said I wasn't,
I don't think anybody said you
I was
would.
going to say,
No.
do y'all know me?
I think it was how quickly is Kaley going to cry.
Yeah.
Didn't take long.
Okay. So here we are.
So, do you want Sis's backstory or do you want me to say what happened when I came around the corner?
What happened when you came around the corner, then the backstory?
Okay.
Okay.
So Carly's like, I gotta pee. So she's like, I'm gonna go inside and pee. And I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the back porch and get the ice chest. So me and Carly get out and she's walking with me and we're literally talking about serial killers because why? Don't know. We're having a whole conversation about serial killers. So we come around the corner and I am shook to my core when I see 20 people on my parents' back porch and balloons and signs. And I'm like, what the hell? I think I literally say in the video, what the hell is going on? And it took me a second to like put it together that it was a surprise party for me. Like, and then I start recognizing who's all there. And it's people from like all of my different walks of life. I have family. I have my hometown friends. I have Austin friends. Like, I was so shook of everyone that was there. And then I start crying once it like sets in what it is. And I could not believe it. They got me so good. I had zero idea. Like, everyone's like, you had to have known. I'm like, no, I had zero idea. They literally Kelby literally sent a fake invitation for her son's birthday party.
That
Like,
was the best.
Dedication.
all I was thinking about that morning was, okay, I got to go to the baby boutique and I got to buy Kyle this stuff. And like, that's all that was on my brain. And then when I went to Carly's, it was just play with Emma, the other baby. So then I'm playing with the baby. Like, that's all that's on my brain.
That seems like it was all done on purpose, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sis.
we pull up. Sis goes to pick us up at Allie's house in the golf cart because I was like, second she sees
Oh, yeah,
my Bronco, it's
yeah.
over.
So y'all understand that all of my friends and their parents all live in the same neighborhood.
and it's
so
beautiful.
There's no fences.
No
so you can like
fences.
see across
Yeah,
to
we live-
everyone's backyard.
I said it, like my parents live kind of out
Yeah.
in the country.
But it's so beautiful and so peaceful.
So beautiful.
So Sis comes and picks us up on the golf cart, and I'm like, but when is Kai's actual birth? Like, it's tomorrow. And she's like, it's not this weekend. Like, that was all fake. I was like, what?
yeah, shook.
Yeah.
Okay, sis.
No baby
Now,
parties.
yeah, there were no baby parties
No
happening.
big party.
There were no baby parties. Okay, now you tell me, how the heck did you come up with this idea? I haven't even really talked to you about all the details, so give it to us.
I mean, well, it's all started on the drive to wine weekend in December.
December, y'all.
Me and Kelby ride together, and we were both like, okay, what are we going to do for Kaylee's 30th birthday? She's turning 30 this year. We have to do something. So we were thinking so many ideas. The problem is everyone has families. And so we're like, I don't know how to get everyone in the same spot. All Kaley wants for her birthday is for someone to plan
I
something
literally
for
told
her.
sis, she's like, what do you want to do for your 30th? I'm like, I don't want to plan something. I want someone else to plan something. That was all I said.
Wish granted.
Yep.
So then I texted Sam and was like, hey, do you have anything planned in Austin? Just to be prepared. And he's
Right.
like, no, nothing yet. I was like, okay, I'm going to plan something in Lake Jackson. I was like, I can get most people to Lake Jackson. So that's what we're going to do. But I had no idea what until,
So
I don't know. I just thought, what does Kaley love? Kaley loves games.
Yeah.
Check.
Kaley loves drinking.
Check. Check.
Kaley loves her friends.
Check.
So I was like, oh, why don't we have a beer Olympics?
Amazing.
And so at Nora's party in December,
Yeah.
everyone was in the same place. All of Kaylee's hometown friends were going to be at this party. So I was like, I gathered everyone. Kaylee was distracted with something. And I was
Probably
like,
with
hey,
the baby.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, party in March. When are you free? And they're like, oh, well, March 9th, we have another shower. And I was like, okay, what about March 2nd? They were like, oh, yeah, we can do March 2nd. So I found everyone at the party, nailed down the date, March 2nd. But the problem is there were like 4 other times that you were coming to Lake Jackson.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah, you've
down
been there
there
a
like,
lot lately.
oh yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
So we were like, how are we going to get Kaylee down for
Another
weekend
Like the
without?
fourth one in a row. literally.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Or within
Oh my
like 6
goodness.
weekends. This is like the fourth.
It was
time.
like every other weekend I was
Yeah.
going down there.
Yeah.
And like a lot of things we could have said, she would have, I mean, you could have been like, no, that's not important enough. I'm just going to not go. But
Which also is a huge, like, shout out to you that you, like, show up for your people.
Oh, I always do. Yeah. I don't ever
That
miss.
is not a short drive.
No.
No, it's 3
No.
hours. I won't ever miss.
Yeah.
First off, I'm never missing the baby's birthdays. I can promise you all that.
and that's what I knew. I was like, oh,
And there you
Kai's
go.
birthday is 2 days after Kaylee's.
Yep.
Let's do Kai's birthday. And Kelby was like, yeah, we can definitely do Kai's birthday party. I'll make Andre, her husband, Andre will make an invitation and everything. And so
Full on invitation. She sent it out like a month and a half ago. Like it was like, hey guys, Kai's birthday. I really want y'all to come. Like again, that's all I was thinking. That's the only place my brain was at. Sis crushed the surprise part, but she also crushed the theme because hello, Beer Olympics right up my alley. And she also crushed all the decorations and all the little goodies.
okay, I will say decorations were not me. I
but
did
I mean,
not
like-
plan the decorations.
But everything,
The theme was
everything.
Yeah.
prevalent
The
everywhere.
coordination.
The court,
yeah.
like
The games.
the game.
How many
Kelsey,
games did we play?
You had 10 games on the list, right?
Yeah,
But
we only played
8.
We only played
only
8.
We played games.
Only 8.
We played.
I was ready to go all night. Let's be
It was like
very-
10 hours.
Yeah, we
for
played-
about, I would say, 8 or 9 hours straight. We played games.
Yeah.
And it was so
And everybody
fun.
was into it the
Yeah.
entire time.
Yes.
You did such a good job. You had your little iPad.
Yes,
It
this was like running shit.
just,
She had the rules.
The rules. We had discussions at length about the rules. Like everybody participating was very interested in making sure that we knew the rules. You know, they're all of the house rules, all of that. It was
Yep.
very
Everybody was
very on
so locked in. We were in 3 teams, which we drew random numbers. And of course, we all ended up on the blue team.
Look at
Everybody's
us.
sitting here is team blue.
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah. Blue team forever.
There might have been one little sneaky trade
Yeah,
there at the
little
beginning,
sneaky.
but everybody was fine with
I mean,
it.
we
so-
did make shirts.
Yeah,
Rob
we did
and
make
I
shirts.
made shirts that said Team Kaley, so
Yes.
we had to be on Team Kaley.
Yes, we had to be on Team Kaley, which it really did shake out. There was only one trade that had to happen to make us all be on Team Blue, which
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, we dominated. We did not get at third place in any event. We either got first or second on every
And
single
overall,
every
we
single
got
one.
first because let me tell you, there was no way my team was losing. Y'all know how competitive I am. I have said it a million
Yeah.
times and I'll say it again. And when it comes to Beer Olympics for my own birthday, you know I'm going to be a psycho.
Yeah.
course.
Listen, and the good thing was all of the competitive people were on the blue team, so
Yeah.
there was no fighting back and forth with arguing who won.
Yeah.
Yeah, that poor green team. Bless them. I think they drank the most. They were probably having the most fun, but they
Yeah.
were losing everything.
Yeah, and if you lost, you had to take a Jello shot.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and they lost so many that
They were feeling. They were feeling it the most.
Everybody
Great
was
shirt.
good sports about it, though.
Yeah.
I will say the only time that I was like, Kaley, was when was it during beer pong where I was like, you know, Meredith and I really respond to positive reinforcement.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of being like, come on, like, you got to get this or we're going to lose, be like, you got this, you can do it. And you were like, I'll try, but.
That's not
And
the
you did.
move. That's not the move.
I'm not like rude. I just
No.
It's like I'm so in it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let's freaking go!
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
just
one
like
mode.
faster.
Yeah.
If you don't grow up doing team sports, it doesn't resonate as well as if you did grow up doing
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little
team
nervous when I got traded to the team. I was like, I really hope I don't let y'all down.
You didn't.
No, you
I did.
Everyone crushed.
I will say I did hit the one can with the frisbee. I was
did.
one of
Yes.
two people on the
You
team
did.
who did that.
I drank
so-
the beer for it, and she hit it. So there we go. Yeah, no, it was amazing. The freaking ice cube game was hilarious. So you fill up the ice cube tray like halfway ish with beer or seltzer or whatever, and then you have a little straw, and you have to drink every single ice cube out, like suck it down with the straw. Some people were awful.
That's the only time I gagged.
I looked over at Connor.
Oh.
Connor was on our team. Love you, Connor. He was so slow. Then he goes, oh my God, this totally sucks. I'm like, you're in the middle of your turn. We don't have time for you to talk to me.
Yeah, discuss it.
Like talk to me later. Oh my God, I was a beast at that. I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that was.
Again, it was like nothing
Yeah.
else
You were in
existed
the
except
zone.
for
Yeah.
Yeah.
get this shit done because I went twice for our team and we
Yeah.
crushed. We won that one for sure.
Yep. I won the
so good.
trivia for us with the final question. It was a friend's question. I was so relieved that I got the friend's question right because can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
But it was pivot. And of course, everybody knows that was Ross.
Yeah,
so
Ross says it,
that
yeah.
was great. I mean, I feel like everybody was just so, I have to say this. And
Say
we
it.
talked about this on the way home, and I've
Yeah.
talked about it to everyone who asked about
Same.
your party.
Same.
Your friends are the kindest, most welcoming,
Yes.
normal, genuine, fun.
Normal.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
fun. I don't have enough adjectives to describe. Because we were talking about how, like, when you're mixing friend groups,
It can be
Funky sometimes.
funky.
yeah, it can
Yeah.
be weird, like underlying
Unpredictable.
competitiveness, or
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you don't know each other very well. You're feeling each other out.
Yeah.
There was none of that. They could not have been more just like we were just one of the crew.
Yeah. Huge fans.
Yeah,
We felt
no.
like we knew everybody
Yeah.
and had hung out before.
I'm
Yeah.
blessed. I'm blessed
Yeah.
with the best.
Next time
friends.
you go home to Lake Jackson, we're coming with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are always welcome to Lake Jackson, and it's so nice that y'all have experienced it now, so you like know when I'm talking about it. And I said, do y'all understand why I like to go home so much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It all makes sense. It really
Mhm.
does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, sis, shout out, you absolutely crushed it. Did you have fun?
I did have fun.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you had to run shit. That's
Yeah.
not always fun.
I did.
It's not always
there
fun.
were a couple times I was like, man, a lot of opinions are happening right now.
That's the problem with all the rules and stuff. Everyone's got their own way of wanting to do things.
But that's why I came prepared. I had
were
the
prepared.
rules all written up and ready to go.
you
Yeah.
were prepared.
And you did take charge of us because we were a bunch of hooligans. And you like
Lots of
you're like,
hooligans.
everyone listen, like
Yeah.
these are the rules. And there was a couple times you had to make some hard calls.
Mm-hmm.
And you did it.
I did it.
She had to play referee a couple
Mhm.
times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was amazing. We played all the games. We stayed up late and then played more games after the Olympics was over.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. I literally could not have asked for a better 30th birthday party. And I told sis, I was like, there's no other theme. Like, I would have been happy with anything, even just like a get together of some sorts. But like the fact that that was the theme, there was no other theme that would have been better in my brain. Like, I think it was just perfect. I had such a good time.
So here's a picture of us winning that I will have taking over the YouTube right now with the lovely trophies that Sis made.
That all died within seconds of, except first place.
First place has Blue Team forever. Shout out Blue Team.
I
You
have
crushed.
every intention of making a little mashup that we will put on our Instagram and TikTok. It might be in like 3 weeks, or it could be like today. I don't know. We'll see.
It was awesome. So
Yeah.
thank you, sis. It was the
you,
best.
sis.
It was the
Thanks for
best. And
having
thank y'all for coming. It was so so
fun.
fun.
It was the best.
It was amazing. And thanks for being on the pod.
Yeah. Thanks for coming
anytime.
to the pod.
All right. I think we're going to Rex.
We're going to Rex. Okay. Recommendation. Mine's
Yes.
super quick.
Okay. Me
It's
too.
very random
Yeah.
as well. Y'all are gonna be like, what?
Okay.
When I was home before the shindig, me and sis were hanging out on that Friday night, and I just love her because we have the same things
brain.
that just bring us joy.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, what do we want to watch? Oh, okay. Why don't we watch, sis says, why don't we watch the Wheel of Musical Impressions videos from the Jimmy Fallon show?
Oh, nice.
I can't tell you how many times I have gone to YouTube and rewatched the Wheel of Musical Impressions on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Love it.
So like Christina's on there,
Mhm.
Ariana Grande, Demi, Jamie
Mhm.
Foxx, Adam Levine. Like there's a ton out there.
Fun.
They're so good, and it's this wheel and they spin it and it's sing this song, and it's usually like a goofy song like the Folgers coffee jingle
Yeah.
or like Miss Little Piggy,
Mhm.
and then it's singing in this artist's voice.
They're so good,
And
too.
they're so good. And the one that is the best, so if y'all want to know which one to start with, if y'all haven't seen these, it's Christina Aguilera, and she sings Miss Little Piggy by Britney Spears, and she sings Miss Little Piggy went to the market.
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
so good. And we were cracking up, and we watched multiple of them that night.
This Little Piggy?
Am I saying Miss Little Piggy?
Yes.
This Little Piggy.
Okay.
And she
Like,
like
what?
just nails the Britney impressions.
That's hilarious.
It's so good. And when sis said that, I was like, this is why I love
You're like, yes, that's exactly
Yes.
what I need right now.
So that's my rec is like, if you're bored, you don't know what to watch, and you want something quick on YouTube, go to the Wheel of Musical Impressions because one, it's very impressive, and two, they're hilarious.
Love it. Great
Okay,
rec.
That's my rec.
All right. Mine is Deal or No Deal Island.
Ooh, okay. I've been thinking about starting it, and I
Yeah.
haven't.
So
So
it's
it's
out.
good?
I think it's on Peacock too, but you have to wait till the day after it comes out on NBC. It's good. It's like a mix of all the things that we love.
Boston Rob.
Boston Rob.
I love Boston Rob.
Boston
so
Rob.
I need
They've
to
got
get in
some
there.
good characters on there. Some I knew, some I didn't. Some are randos, but they did a good job with casting, and
Oh, good.
it's going to be good. It's got a bit of the challenge vibes. It's got a bit of traitor vibes, and then it's got the traditional, beat the banker stuff.
Love it.
Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, I didn't know you said it like that.
Who knew?
Yep.
He's not doing it for me with the haircut. Something's not.
Doesn't he have like a weird kind of mohawk thing
Yeah,
going on?
it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not loving it, but I'm locked in. It's a good show. So if you need a fix and you also watch Traitors and maybe you're not ready for UKX, you want to wait and bank a few of them, just pop over and watch Deal or No Deal Island.
Love it.
All right.
All right. I think that's it.
That's it for this week. Happy birthday, Kaley.
Yay.
Make sure to follow us on all the things. Comment happy birthday to our girl, the big 3-0.
Yes.
Feeling a little better about it?
I'm trying to. I'm trying
Okay.
to stay positive out
Fake
here.
it till you make it.
I'm like, I'm officially old, but I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm
it's
not.
fine. It's all good.
It's all good.
All right.
Y'all find us on all the things.
All the
Spotify,
things.
Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Yep. And we will see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.